What's going on, you guys? Welcome back to another video. So I want to talk about when you ignore a narcissist, how they react. So the two biggest injuries to a narcissist, for them to be ignored and for them to be rejected. And I noticed that when a narcissist is not invited to a party, when a narcissist doesn't have the input on things, they react in such a rageful and negative way. They give such a bad backlash to the point where you'll feel like, well, they try to make you feel like you've done something wrong. Of course, the narcissist feels so entitled to your life and to your decision making to the point where they try to turn people against you because you didn't let them know about something that you are planning to do. And I noticed this with my narc neighbor, that when my neighbors further down the street have like a gathering at their house or whatever, and they have the right to do that, especially if they are, practicing social distancing. And even if they aren't, like, that's none of your business to, make it a point to speak up on it. But see, when it comes to narcissists, when you exclude them from anything that's going on, that's a way of ignoring them. And they feel rejected. And when they feel ignored and rejected, they're going to do two things. They're going to constantly speak on it. They're going to be critical of whatever it is you're doing. But at the same time, they're not going to be able to take their eyes off of you. They're going to keep bringing it up. They're going to bring it up in such a negative way, and they're going to look for ways to, look for reasons why you shouldn't be doing what you're doing with your life. And the only reason why they feel this way is because you didn't include them on it, because you didn't give them the heads up on it. And narcissists hate to be left out of the loop. And when you leave them out of the loop, the mask is going to slip and you're just going to see this whole new side of this person. They also try to, gather other people to go up against you and share the same thoughts that they have. They're going to try their best to make you look like a bad person because you didn't include them on something that you did not have to include them on. They're going to also make like these old blank threats. And what I mean by that, of course, blank threats, just a lot of talking, just a whole lot of bluffing, whole lot of barking and no bite. They just want to intimidate you. They just want to threaten you. They're going to also, again, just be critical of whatever it is you're doing, even though you're not doing anything wrong. The narcissist's biggest problem with whatever it is you're doing is the fact that you didn't invite them. And it kills them to be ignored. They can't handle rejection. My narc neighbor, he have shown this side of him, over and over again. He even do this thing where there's an oak tree in my neighbor's yard. And when, the debris falls from the tree, I think it's the oak tree. When the acorns fall from the tree, a lot of them fall not only in my neighbor's yard, who owns the tree, but it falls in my yard and in the street. So when they kind of like roll and make their way down the street or whatever, he comes out and he blows the yard. He blows the street. And he make these statements and he want to be very loud and bold with it, just to kind of, let you know something, but not exactly being direct with you. He want to let you know by making a statement saying, I keep this street clean. I've been living down here 30 years and stuff like that. And I'm like, and first of all, you live with your mother. You live with your elderly mother, who has done her job a long time ago as far as raising you along with 11 other siblings. You're the only one who's still up under her wings, and I already know that he's doing that just to inherit what she leaves behind. because he's a very lazy man. Everything about him reeks laziness, bossiness. He thinks he know it all. He has a very nasty attitude, and he thinks he's entitled to whatever is going on with everyone who lives on this street. And I have shown him time and time again that I don't owe you anything about me. I don't even speak to him. I stopped speaking to him a long time ago because I noticed that by me speaking to him, he wanted to, the more I would speak to him or try to, just have a nice little small, short and friendly conversation, he felt entitled to what's going on with my life. He wanted to know where I work, my kids, their dad, this and that and the other. Like, he want to know everything damn near, even my bank account number. Like, you want to know too much. And when I picked that up on him, that he does that with everybody, he even started to get my neighbor's mail just because she was at work. And I heard her one day getting on him hot and heavy, like, don't you ever take it upon yourself to receive my mail from me when I'm at work. First of all, that's a federal crime. You have no business tampering with anyone's mail. And she got him all the way together. And then they love to put on this act, like this innocent act, like, I didn't know. I thought I was just doing a nice gesture. Well, I apologize. I apologize from the bottom of my heart. I was just like, why were you even thinking about that? That's her personal mail, her personal business. And this woman is a nurse. Like, why are you worried about her mail? He would even receive her packages. He would sit outside because it's like she received so many packages along with the rest of us down here, and when a UPS truck come, he would, make it his business to go and get the mail from the lady. But again, not to get too far off subject, they just hate to be rejected. They hate to be left out of the loop. When you don't invite them to the party, that's a way of you showing them that I don't owe you anything. I don't have to have you around me 24/7. That takes the power away from the narcissist. I went through this at work. When, the narc, she normally wants to organize everything that we have going on at work. But once I went no contact with her and set those boundaries, she thought she can slide her way back in by getting a reaction out of me and organizing something. And if I, every time I was like, well, I declined being a part of it because of her. She called herself trying to do this thing like punish and separate. That's another thing that they do when they are ignored. They like to punish and separate. And they like to be loud with it and let the people know who kind of flock to them, the ones who just don't know that the narcissist, they up to something. They're trying to punish you. The people who flock to them, it's like they set rules with the people and let them do their own thing. We're better than them. It's just very high schoolish. It's like they try to put together a small group of people, and not so much just like the smear campaign, because sometimes the smear campaign even wanted me included in things that we had going on at work. And I didn't have a problem with it. It was just that she wanted to be the one to organize it all. She got to hold the notepad and write down things. And it's like, why do you have to be over everything? And so that's why I excluded myself from it. I don't have to be a part of anything and still have my peace of mind. And see, when you remove yourself from a narcissist and you just start to do your own thing and live free and enjoy life, they hate to see you that way when they are not included. And when you constantly ignore them, they really, really, really despise you for it. They like, how dare you move on with life without me? And you seem to be enjoying it. So that's pretty much all I want to talk about in this video. I hope I didn't get too far off subject. But anyway, if y'all have any good pointers on this or anything to add to it, feel free to leave the comments down below. As always, thank y'all for watching, and I'll talk to you soon.